What is up, Finesse family? Hopefully, you guys are having a great day today. Today is Freestyle Finesse Friday. So, we're going to get right into guys. If you are new to the channel, welcome. My name is Mrs. B Finesse of MillennialFinesseMindset.com. And here, guys, we are the Finesse family here. And once again, I use my background in psychology and criminal justice. And I try to educate and teach on how to have a finesse mindset. And finesse stands for faithfully innovating, inspiring, being naturally effective, and seeking success every day. And also, guys, how to have a mindful mindset. So mindful mindset is just the concept of being able to understand, rationalize, and be able to take things heard, seen, and to analyze them in a proper aspect to get understanding, right? So that is what we do here at the Finesse Family. Once again, I hope you guys are having a great day, and let's get started. Let's get straight into it. If there's any topics that you guys want to talk about, once again, just put them in the chat, and or if you want to come up and talk about them, just let me know, and I'll drop the link. And let's get started, guys. Let's see. All right, guys. So there's a lot going on in the world, and we're just gonna kind of tap into the things that we're seeing going on. Hey, BTV. Hopefully you're having a great day today, fam. Hopefully everything is going good with you today. I know you're normally at the gym, so thank you for taking the time. Also, shout out to BGH. Shows here that you are a new member. I believe you joined on yesterday's stream, so shout out to you for that. And also, guys, consider joining the Finesse family channel membership. This helps support the channel and helps with everything as far as equipment and things with the channel. So shout out to the channel members, and thank you BTH for becoming a new channel member. Now, chat, let me know if the music is too loud in the background. We kind of got some vibe music going, but if you feel like it's too loud, let me know so I can bring it down a smidget, right? So first off, let's get into, guys, what's going on here with Amazon. So this one is super interesting because I know there are a lot of people that work with and for Amazon, right? And it's a good job for most people, especially when you're just coming in with basic skills to get a position and apparently move up. I know there's a lot of stories about what happens at Amazon, allegedly. I've heard a lot of things where workers say that, they can't sit down, especially the drivers. There's huge warehouses, and I noticed that a lot of the warehouses are in kind of off in the distance in areas where there's not a lot of people around, or not in high frequency, big city areas, right? And the drivers are always complaining about how Amazon is like so on them that they can't even really stop to use a bathroom, which is interesting enough, right? So let's see. Oh, thank you, BTV. I'm having a great day as always. Whenever I'm with the Finesse fam, it's a great day. So super excited, BTV. Just to see you guys again and have a conversation. If you're just coming in, guys, hit the like button. Why not? It's for free. So hit the like button, right? So once again, and if you work for Amazon, let me know, because I know a lot of people that work for Amazon have different stories, right, as far as this. So it's saying internal documents show Amazon's dystopian system for tracking workers every minute of their shift. Now, if it's not bad enough, guys, that you have to, especially in Amazon, you have to work in a manner to where you have to do pack things, ship them, and organize them in like so much amount of time. And if you've ever worked like in a factory, especially on an assembly line, you know kind of what that looks like. Back when I was younger in college for the summer, I worked at Hummer Plant, and I remember the same concept. It was you cannot mess that line up. Well, I was at the end of the line, so it didn't matter. But those of you that have worked in something like that, especially an auto factory or something like that, you have to stay like in order, because if you mess the line up, you slow everybody up, like you stop production, and that's the worst, right? So basically they said the documents provide new clarity about a much talked about until now opaque process Amazon uses to punish associates it believes are wasting time. Now, that's a harsh word. They say punish. Now, we understand, depending on whatever job you take or get, that you have to keep up the pace with the job. And a lot of these jobs, especially factory jobs, there's contingencies. Like you have to be able to lift so much weight, and you have to be able to carry so much, and you have to be able to see things from a certain distance. Like there's a lot of things, right? So it says they're punishing them, right? That's a super harsh word, but Amazon's been allegedly known to do less. Let's see, it says infamously, Amazon punishes and sometimes fires warehouse workers who it believes are wasting time at work, right? It says a new filing obtained by Motherboard gives detailed insight about how Amazon tracks and records every minute of off task, which means TOT, with radio frequency handheld scanners. You guys hear this? Radio frequency handheld scanners, right? So I'm wondering, what are they scanning? Are they scanning the boxes that they're holding? This is interesting. Once again, guys, if you come in, make sure you hit that like button on the way in. Let me see. All right, so once again, we're talking about right now it says internal documents show Amazon dystopian system of tracking the workers, and allegedly it says here that they a new filing obtained says that Amazon tracks and records every minute of the time off task with a radio frequency handheld scanner that warehouse associates use to track customers' packages. So they've answered the question right there. It's a radio scanner. Do you guys think that is justifiable to use a scanner to watch the people? That's super interesting. Give me a second, guys. Let me keep reading this. All right, guys. So it says, let's keep reading. It says the documents filed with the National Labor Relations Board as part of a dispute at the recently unionized Amazon warehouse in Staten Island called JFK 8 revealed that workers can receive a written warning for accumulating 30 minutes of time off task in a day, one time in a rolling year. So, I mean, that's a lot. 30 minutes. What are you doing for 30 minutes, like off task that long? I mean, I think that's understandable as far as 30 minutes in one day, but it says you only can do this one time in a year. So really, to be honest, what are you doing for 30 minutes and not working in one day, right? That's a lot of time not working. But anyways, it says that if you did not know, Amazon in Staten Island is unionized, right? So now they can kind of file claims and things of that nature when they feel they're not being done correctly, right? Let's see. It says they can be fired if they accumulate 120 minutes of off-task time in a single day, or if they accumulate 30 minutes of off-task time in three separate days a year. All right. And it says examples, a sample spreadsheet provides how Amazon is tracking down to the minute the amount of time individual workers spent in the bathroom. Oh, so that's what they're including in there. I don't know. You guys think that's right? They're tracking how much time they spend in. It's like, I can see this with my eyes. I am blatantly not doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm kind of walking around, and I don't know how you can do that in Amazon anyways. In the warehouse, it's so busy. It's the one of the biggest resellers and wholesalers and distributors in the world. So I don't see how they could have that much time unless they don't want that job anyways. So basically, you have 120 minutes of off task time in one day, or 30 minutes 3 separate times in one period. And what they're tracking is, guys, how long they've been in the bathroom. It says down to the minutes. And then it says infractions such as talking to another Amazon associate, so they can't even talk to other associates. Going to the wrong floor of a warehouse. Are they serious? And as an example, an unaccounted for 11-minute period where a worker does not remember what they were doing. Look at that, guys. They're analyzing this whole spreadsheet of what these people do. So once again, allegedly, ways you can get tracked for being off task at Amazon, because they're tracking them with a wand now. And I guess they're tracking them from the boxes and things that they're holding. They can scan to see like where they were at and how long they've been there. So they can get docked if they are spending too much time in the bathroom, guys. They can get infractions for talking to another Amazon associate or going to the wrong floor of the warehouse. That's crazy. And then it says a set of guidelines for the TOT reveals that Amazon asked managers at the JFK spot in 2019 to use a tracking tool every shift to identify a top offender. The person who accumulated the most time off task in a shift as calculated by the inactivity by the team item scanner. I think the scanner is a little bit too much. I don't know. I mean, to me, like as far as like if there's a shift manager and they're walking around doing their job, they should definitely be able to catch these people. But you know, with technology, all these new things come. It's what you guys want. You want technology, right? So you're getting it, right? And it says, and I believe in some states, Amazon starts off like $17 an hour to 20. So it says the manager was then required at the top to ask the top offender about their whereabouts for each timestamp registered in the system as unproductive and discipline them when appropriate. Each shift manager will use the TOT tool to identify and engage the top offenders per manager. That's crazy. And it says, as an example, Amazon shows a summary of how a manager might ask their employees to account for how long they use the bathroom in a certain time of day. And then that gets to be I mean, as far as somebody going to the bathroom, you can't justify how long they were in the bathroom and why they were in there, because if they're in the bathroom, that's their personal private business. So I'm wondering how this is going to do as far as legal, the legal issue, because I mean, all a worker would have to just say is I have stomach issues, and or I'm on my monthly, or I have a condition where I have to go to the bathroom. And there's a lot of people, not a lot, but there's a good amount of people that have these regular conditions. So I guess Amazon wants to know, at least at this facility, they want to verify where you're at every step of the day, which is crazy. It says Amazon associate understands the process. Amazon associate stated that he was in the bathroom for the 10 minutes of time off task, and then he got coached on the 10 minutes time off task. It says the New York Times first reported that Amazon tracks time off task top offenders. Good grief. That's crazy, guys. Hold on a second. All right. Then it says, while Amazon managers were trained to write up the top offender per shift, they could interrogate at least 3 workers about their whereabouts. And there's the different examples. The union, they might need to do something about that, because I mean, it just depends, especially when you're dealing with humans. What if an Amazon worker was off task because they were over helping another worker? What if an Amazon worker had to figure something out? It took longer. What if the machine was broke or something in that nature? Like, that's a lot that they're asking for them to do. Let's see. It says the documents provide new clarity about a much talked about until new opaque process that is used to surveil, discipline, and sometimes terminate Amazon warehouse workers around the United States. I think that's going to make a lot of people double take, because it's one thing to micromanage your workers, but it's, to me, it seems allegedly Amazon should have like a process anyways, because it's basically distributing items. So the simple fact you have to monitor the workers like that means either the hiring process needs to be updated, and or you might need to get some better supervisors, because that's, I mean, to have that many discipline issues, that's a problem. It seems like, since Amazon warehouse workers who have talked to people had said that they don't have insight as to how much TOT they've accumulated. But it says they have said that they skip water and bathroom breaks because they fear being disciplined and terminated. Once again, like I said, that report I did before, guys, when we talked about the Amazon drivers, how they said that they were kind of fearful to lose their jobs, so they never stopped to go to the bathroom, or they would have like a cup or something to use the restroom in the cars. Allegedly, this is what's happening inside the Amazon warehouses, which is crazy, because once again, they have mostly machines. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the inside of an Amazon warehouse, but most of the time there's machines like taking the boxes out and bringing them around, and it's just the people or the workers verifying to make sure they're grabbing the right thing, right? So it's crazy. Hey, OG Patrice, hopefully you're having a great day today. She says, greetings and salutations, Finesse fam. Also to Finesse family, thank you for that, OG Patrice. Yesterday, I see that you commented on some videos. Guys, if you have not commented on videos or you're on this restream, make sure you comment on this video and all other videos that you guys watch, because the comments help the algorithm and they help. It's called impressions, and it helps get the videos into YouTube search, right? So thank you for those that commented. If you haven't, go ahead and start commenting on the streams you've watched, right? So if you're just coming in the stream, what we're talking about is this Amazon issue that they are using scanners now to track their workers. It's called TOT, which is time off task. And the Amazon workers are getting disciplined if they spend too much time off task, which is, I guess, 30 minutes. Up to 3 times a quarter they can get disciplined, or up to 120 minutes apparently in a day. And they keep track of this, guys, with a scanner wand. And so I'm just wondering, do you guys think that's intrusive? Which means, like, do you think that's too much to be scanning these workers, or do you think to keep Amazon efficient they're going to have to do this? That's crazy. All right, so let's get into what else is going on in the news. I have a little much, but once again, Amazon is like a multi-billion-dollar company, so they're going to do whatever they can do to keep their costs down and to keep that money coming in. So I can see them doing that. Once again, guys, if you're just kidding, hit the like button on the way in. Make sure you're sharing. Sharing is caring. If there's a topic or anything that's going on in the news you want to discuss or you want to come up and talk about, let me know. Put it in the chat. But what's Freestyle Finesse Friday, so we're talking about things that are going on in the news and trending. So here's another one. What the? Oh, you guys hear about the storm? I don't know if a lot of you guys are actually on the coast near Florida. It says Florida, Cuba, and I think the east. There's some huge storm coming. Where I seen that? Let's see if I can get that up. A tropical storm, Agatha. I think it's called Agatha. Have you guys heard or seen about the storm? Apparently, it's supposed to be super safe. Let me see. All right, guys. So I'm gonna have to find that clip that I have had of that storm. But here's something that's kooky and weird. Man snatches shoes off a woman's feet in months-long NYC spree. What? New York. Let me bring this up so you guys can see this. All right. All right, for you guys. Why is he stealing shoes? Let's see what he says. All right. Here we go, guys. All right. So it says, man snatches shoes off a woman's feet in months-long NYC spree. And this is a guy. It says police are searching for a man who they say has been stealing shoes off a woman's feet in a month-long theft spree. Now, what is this? One woman or multiple? Let me see. NYC is searching for a man who's seen stealing shoes right off of their feet in strange shoe stealing spree. It says, what's going on in New York? It says at least 3 thefts have been reported in Brooklyn and Queens, an incident spanning in late January through May. Police said Friday as they released an image of the suspect. In each case, a man grabs a woman's foot and steals one shoe before taking off. I wonder, guys, is this somebody that like has like, you know, they do these stupid pranks on these YouTube channels and TikTok and all that. So I don't see why he would just be taking one shoe. But this says he's taking one shoe off these women. It says most recent theft was Thursday afternoon in the Regal Center Mall. It says a 24-year-old woman was walking in the mall's parking garage. That's scary. She's in the garage. In Queens Boulevard around 12:15. Hold on, guys. All right. Let's see. Around 12:15 p.m. when the man came up and removed her left shoe, police said. How did he get her leg? What did he just pull her leg? Doesn't that sound crazy, guys? How did he even get her shoe off her foot? Guess what? You gonna get kicked a couple times before you even get a good grip on my foot. So I don't. This is weird and eerie. It says months before in February, a 24-year-old woman was on a staircase at the Grand Army Plaza in Park Slope around 11 a.m. when a man grabbed a Nike sneaker off her foot. The earliest report incident was January 24th when a man followed a 24-year-old woman to an accountant's office in Lenox Road and Utica Avenue in East Flatbush and stole a shoe off her foot. No injuries are reported. I think this is probably some kind of trend thing going on. What do you guys think? Because that's kind of ignorant. I don't see the point of stealing one shoe off, but they took one shoe, and I'm trying to see why aren't their faces kind of busted in, or were these people not kicking back? What was going on? That's weird, eerie, and crazy, right? Let's see. Wally says, salute Finesse fam peeking into the show. Hey, Wally, hopefully you're having a great day today. We're just kind of going over different topics that are popping and coming up. Or things that you guys sent me. I know some of you are going to like this one, or my gamers. I definitely want to bring this up for the gamers. So, those of you Resident Evil people, did you guys hear about what's going on with the I think it's the game Resident Evil, right? Is it the game or is it the movie? Let's see. Let's get it up for you guys. Once again, hit the like button on the way in, guys, if you are coming through. All right. Or new to the channel. So here it is. It says, Resident Evil 4 Remake fans spot potential connections to the Resident Evil Village. So this is for the gamers, I guess. Resident Evil 4 Remake was only revealed during yesterday's PlayStation State of Play. All right, hold on, guys. Let's see. Wally says, it's raining like crazy over here on my end of the neighborhood, and I'm doing errands at the same time. Yeah, Wally. I'm trying to find the report I had of that. That's that storm that's going on. I think it's called Agatha. I'm gonna try to find it and bring it up, but it's a huge tropical storm that they're talking about that's about to touch base on the East Coast. East Coast inland, and it's supposed to like come up through Florida. And then like starting from Cuba and come up through Florida and go up. So yeah, there's a huge tropical storm going on right now. All right, so here, this is for the gamers, right? All right, so it says Resident Evil 4 remake was only revealed during yesterday's PlayStation State of Play, but fans have already dissected the trailer and found potential connections to the Resident Evil Village. It says perhaps the most obvious link between the two games was spotted, and it shows the similarities between a carving in the new trailer with Mother Miranda's cult symbol from the village. So any people in here, gamers? All right. It says the following may contain spoiler alerts for Resident Evil. So if you don't want to hear, mute it. All right. So it might be some spoiler alerts for you gamers, right? It says the two images are definitely similar, and given the Resident Evil 4 takes place more than 20 years before Village, and therefore before the death of the antagonist, Mother Miranda, it's definitely possible that the Capcom would link the two games, especially since we know they're re-imaging to remake the story. All right. It says post also points out to Plagueis, the parasite that turns the villagers in Resident Evil 4. They are also quite similar to the concept of the Kondu from Village, which parasites Mother Miranda reaches and infects her own set of villagers while they try to revive her daughter. So here's actually the movie. It says fans will just have to wait to see if these theories turn out to be correct, but they have plenty of time to continue speculating, as the remake isn't expected to release until March 24, 2023. All right. So here's a little piece of it. Let's see. You guys know what's so crazy is how real this stuff looks. How real these games look is crazy. Let's see.
Guess you, me.
Look at that crap. So crazy how real these games look.
Picked the wrong spot to vacation, eh?
Man, that crap's giving me the heebie-jeebies already. That was like a little clip of it, guys. The new Resident Evil 4 remake. Let me get that tropical storm up for Wally so you can see. Yeah, it's a lot going on right now. Let me get this up. But yeah, this is a huge storm that's supposed to be coming up the coast, guys. Wally says it's not entertainment if it's not got the graphics. And man, and it's so weird because everybody in my house is a gamer, basically, except me. But to see how it's changed, like when you start off and seeing like Atari, and then to Sega Genesis, and then what was the next one? Nintendo, how it's like changed. It's like surreal. And basically, I think the next level is going to be like VR, right? Most of the games, if not all of them, are going to be on that dynamic and platform, right? All right, so let's see what's going on, Wally. It says tropical storm warnings for parts of Florida, Cuba, and the Bahamas. This was just updated 34 minutes ago, right? Let's see. It says Fort Lauderdale, Florida, tropical storm warnings were issued early Friday for much of the Florida Peninsula, Cuba, and the Bahamas as a system that battered Mexico moves through the Gulf of Mexico, bringing threats of heavy rain and wind for the weekend. It says the National Hurricane Center in Miami said the storm, once known as Agatha in the Pacific Ocean, will be known as Alex in the Atlantic Ocean basin. An advisory posted early Friday noted that data from a hurricane center, hold on a second. Where is it at? It says data from a Hurricane Hunter aircraft indicates that the system's maximum sustained winds has increased overnight, and it was expected to develop a well-defined center and became a tropical storm. As it approaches Florida, the Hurricane Center said, it says the system becomes a tropical storm when the winds reach 39 miles per hour. It says at 11 a.m. it was located about 400 miles southwest of Fort Myers. So that's coming on the west end of Florida, Fort Myers, right? And then it was moving northwest. So this one's gonna kind of hit like a hurricane. It's not a hurricane, but I'm saying it's gonna have strength, right? It says some strengthening is possible as the system approaches Florida on Friday afternoon, which is today, and evening. It says an advisory is said. It says the warning affects both Florida's Gulf Coast, Atlantic coast from just below Tampa Bay and Daytona Beach to the Florida Keys and Dry Targus. Parts of Cuba, including the provinces of Pinar del Rio, Artemisa, La Habana, and Mejabic, and the northwestern Bahamas are also under a warning with tropical storm force conditions expected within 36 hours. Good grief. Wally says Agatha to Alex, what in the way? Yeah, Wally, when I first seen it was Agatha, but they said once it crosses over Florida to hit the Pacific, going towards the Pacific, I guess it's going to change names. Ay, Dios mío, it's crazy. Hey, Quintastic Voyage. Hopefully you're having a great day. Glad that you are here with us. All right. So if you're just coming in, we're talking about this huge tropical storm that's coming up through Florida, and they're giving warnings from Florida, and the Bahamas and Cuba. It's going to look kind of as if a hurricane with strong force winds, and it's supposed to be the whole weekend. The storm is supposed to be kind of ravaging through. So those of you guys on the coast and coming up, be prepared this weekend, right? There's a lot going on. We also talked about Amazon tracking their workers, which I think is crazy. They're actually going to be scanning the workers to make sure they're on task. And when they get off task, they use like a coding system where they it's kind of like a spreadsheet, and they keep up with them. If they clock how long you've been in the bathroom, they clock how long it takes you to do a task. And that is their modus apparatus moving forward with the workers. So that's what we were talking about earlier. This storm, it says the National Hurricane Center predicts that rainfall will be up to 10 inches in South Florida, including the Florida Keys. It says the storm is not expected to produce high winds or major surge, but local flooding is likely and winds could be somewhat strong. Yeah, anytime you getting those winds coming, especially if you're on the coast of Florida, it's gonna be surge and a lot of water coming up. It says Florida Governor Ron DeSantis said the forecast was somewhat unusual in this substantial rains were expected in southwestern Florida on Friday and windy but drier conditions on Saturday. And it is hurricane season too, so I'm hoping that doesn't turn into a hurricane. It just stays a tropical storm. It says no one's going into an emergency posture, DeSantis said, but authorities will monitor for strengthening. Yeah. It says as Pacific Storm Hurricane Agatha caused flooding and mudslides that killed at least 11 people and left 20 missing in Mexico. Good grief. Officials said it caused rivers to overflow their banks and swept away homes, and while victims were buried under mud rocks. Good grief, guys. So that was Agatha, and once it gets through Florida, it's going to be called Alex. All right. So that's the update on that. Let's see. What's saying power blackouts this summer? Incorrect. Okay, let's do an update from what we were talking about with the Texas Uvalde update with the kids. Guys, have you been watching that? As far as the update with the kids, they were saying that it took a substantial amount of time for actually the authorities to get there. And I'm wondering why it took so long. Remember, we talked about that when we were analyzing, guys. Why did it take so long for them to get into the building to get? Let's see. Let me get the next one up. Share screen. Let's see. Chrome tab. Okay. Once again, guys, if you're just getting in, make sure that you hit the like button, thumbs up. Here we go. And it says, Uvalde teacher says incorrect accusation. She left door open, left her heart broken. It says a Robb Elementary School teacher who has been at the center of the Uvalde shooting timeline after Texas officials issued initial statements saying she left a door propped open was reportedly heartbroken by the insinuation that officials later said was incorrect. So I'm wondering why are they trying to insinuate something about that? And listen, guys, teachers know ever since the uproar happened, I believe in Florida, with that assailant coming in, and then all the things that are happening around with these situations happening in these schools. Almost every school that I know of, unless you're in like a little bodunk district or something and you don't follow the rules of the district, they have to practice these things. They have to practice assailant drills. They have to practice if you're in areas where there's storms and hurricanes. You have to practice that. You have to practice if it's a fire drill, right? So the fact that they would insinuate this teacher left the door open when I'm pretty sure they practiced this drill, something's not right there, right? What's really going on? Wally says, I smell screw job. Yeah, something's going on. We're gonna figure it out though. Let's keep going on here. Quantastic voyage. Does anybody in the chat evacuate when they tell you or wait it out until during hurricane season if you stay on the coast? I think most people stay Quantastic, because a lot of times they've been, especially if they lived on the coast for 10 to 20 years, they've kind of weathered most of the bigger storms, and a lot of them just don't want to leave. So, and especially if they're older, because you got to equate, most of the people, a lot of people that live on the coast, especially in Florida, are retirees, right? So in their minds, they're not really thinking of, let me just go to safety. They're like, listen, I'm down here, I'm retired, I'm not leaving my property because I believe nothing's going to happen, right? So a lot of times people don't flee. They just stay in their property. They board their windows up, board their doors up, put the sandbags down, and ride it out. Wally says, I stay. Yeah, a lot of people, they don't leave because, I mean, there's so many, this is an area in Florida, there's so many storms and things of that nature where, I mean, you literally would get sick of leaving all the time. Wally said, did you see the news article about the mother of the assailant? Yeah, let me get it up. I'm going to get that one up too, Wally. Give me a second. Let me get that up. Let's see. It says, in an interview with reporters, the teacher lawyer, Don Flannery, said that the incorrect accusations that she left the door open have left his client shaken and made her want to come forward with a story. He said she felt alone. She couldn't even grieve, Flannery told CNN. She second-guessed herself, like, did I not do that? He added. And that's what trauma would do to you. And that's a lot of times, especially when you get in an interrogation room, guys, or you go to get in with an investigator, somebody that is interrogating you, especially in the space of a police station or police office. Many times, if you get told the same thing over and over again, even if you know you didn't do it, it formulates in your mind as a truth. Right? That's why you got to be careful what you watch with your eyes and listen to with your ears, because the more you keep hearing something, it becomes a truth to you, even when you sanely know it's not true, right? It's just the idea of creating a habit, something habitual, hearing it over and over and over. And that's kind of what this lady was saying. She felt like even worse because everybody kept saying that she did it and she knows she didn't. So she questioned herself, it says. Her lawyer, ABC News, told ABC News that it was heartbreaking and traumatic for her when it was insinuated she's involved. It says someone yelled, he's got a rifle, the teacher told News Nation in an interview. She says, I ran back into my building. I still had the rock in the door. So I opened the door, kicked the rock, and then locked the door, she added. It says originally police said the teacher had left the door open, which is one of a number of details that have been adjusted to correct by investigators in an evolving changing timeline in the week since the tragedy. Now that's a mess. They need to stop that because you're allegedly blaming people, and her being a teacher, it's tragic. I figured that was you, Saquana. I figured it was you because I'm looking at the icon, and then I'm like, am I pronouncing his name right? Let's see. She says, Mrs. B, I changed my name from a real name, Saquana. Yeah, I figured that was you, Saquana. I know my Finesse family, but I was just making sure I was saying that right. Yeah, the new name is like a tongue twister, Quintastic. But I like it. It says Texas Department of Public Safety initially said a teacher had propped the door open shortly before the assailant came. Salvador Ramos entered the school. Now, but guys, wouldn't that be just happenstance? Wouldn't that just make the narrative go better if they said a teacher propped the door open right when he came in? That doesn't even sound right because in all schools that I know of, teachers keep the doors locked. The doors have to be locked. They don't leave doors unlocked, especially to a classroom. So only reason a teacher might have had that rock in the door or something like that, if the kids were maybe coming in and out, or if she knew that there was somebody coming and she wanted them to be able to get in and not open that door. But I can't even see her leaving the door open. But it is what it is. It says the Texas Department of Public Safety initially said a teacher had propped the door open shortly before he came. They later walked back the statement and said the teacher had propped the door open with a rock, but then removed it and closed the door when she realized there was a shooter on campus. While the door was designed to lock when shut, it didn't do so in this instance. Oh, gotcha. So that door didn't lock when it was supposed to. Okay, hold on, Wally. Let me see. If I can find the article, because you said you wanted to know about what his mother was saying. All right, let's get this up. Okay. Let's see. It says both parents and the grandmother of the Texas assailant, Salvador Ramos, it says they had criminal records, including aggravated assault with a death, trying to pay. It says Ramos 18. It says his parents, Adriana Martinez and Salvador Ramos Sr., allegedly had their own brushes with the law more than a decade ago, according to the Uvalde County court records obtained by the Post. It says his grandma, Cecilia Sally Martinez Gonzalez, whom he alleged to hit in the face before carrying out the school catastrophe, was slapped with a misdemeanor in 1993, court records say. It says Martinez was charged with writing a bad check, $22 to a general store in 2003. It says records show she was struggling financially at the time, only taking in $500 a month from her job at the Golden Dragon restaurant in Uvalde. She was also receiving $220 in public assistance and $269 in food stamps. It says Martinez was living in an apartment that housed 6 people when she committed fraud, records say. It says 2 years later, an assault charge was filed against her, alleging Martinez caused bodily harm to a family member. Grief. And a lot of times, guys, it's what it is. This stuff happens in the family and it's continual. Let's see any other updates about that. Oh, no, yeah, Wally, no, I hadn't seen it, buddy. I hadn't seen the update on it. I seen a little bit, but what's up? He says another question. Was a fire alarm rang for this action to give notice? Well, that's a good question, Wally. Normally, when there's an active assailant, and I could just speak from me being an educator, when there's an active assailant, normally, like I said, ringing the fire alarm it would cause too much kind of attention with any student that's like moving around, and or it would trigger the wrong action. So a lot of times what they'll do is they'll say an all call, somebody can get to a walkie, and or we'll get a message like through Messenger or something like that on the computer or something, to that there is an active assailant going on. And then from there, because we practice it all the time, most school systems that are supposed to be doing what they're supposed to do put together, we practice that drill a lot. So you know what to do during that. So, but no, nobody would pull a fire alarm for that situation. Hopefully that answers your question, Wally. Let's see what's going on too. And these people are resigning from Amazon too. It says Amazon CEO of Worldwide Consumer, David Clark, he resigns. What is going on with Amazon? Also, guys, there was a gunman again in Iowa. It says 2 young church members were shot. Good grief, it's all this stuff going on. Oh, it's crazy. Too much. Let's see. That's interesting. The Senate votes funds for Tampa Bay Rays practice facility after team tweets on gun control. I guess the tenant says he's not giving him any money. New York was, from CNN reports. No worries. Okay, let's see what's going on. Are you guys watching the NBA? I'm not sure if you guys are actually watching what's going on with the finals, but there. Oh, my bad, guys. Hold on. Let me get it up. It says NBA Finals. It says the Celtics won Game 1 by giving Warriors Stephen Curry the last shot. So I guess the Celtics are up. Celtics versus the Warriors, right? All right. So once again, guys, I think I've covered everything that I wanted to hit. I think that last one was crypto issue. Okay, yep, this is the last one with this money. Let me bring this up. Share screen. Okay, give me a second, guys. Let me bring this up. Share screen. There we go. We'll share the whole one. All right, here we go. All right, so last is coming crypto storm for central banks focus on digital money intensifies. So if you guys didn't know, especially countries overseas, they're focusing on allowing cryptocurrency to be distributed in the use. So it says June the 2nd, New York, digital money and a curiosity just a few years ago is emerging as an intense concern among central banks with the potential to erode the power of monetary policy. Even the best of worlds likely to make control of interest rates more difficult, according to the new Federal Reserve and other research. So it says the New York Fed Symposium this week laid out the puzzle central bankers face in dealing with emerging digital technologies for processing payment like cryptocurrency and stablecoins. It says there are benefits seen in technology, including transaction speed and cost, and even the recent crashes and the volatility is assumed to keep advancing. It says, but it says they want to make central bank cashless relevant. So they want to create a substitute in the form of a central bank digital currency. And new instabilities could change, including the potential for a digital dollar or euro to replace conventional bank deposits and compete with money market funds and other key financial instructions. So they're figuring out a way. These centralized banks are trying to figure out a way, guys, to bring the crypto back in, right? So that's what's moving and shaking, guys. So if there's anything else, I tried to cover the topics you guys sent me. Once again, make sure guys go back and comment on the other streams that you guys have seen. I appreciate reading your comments. Thank you to all the people that have liked, shared, subscribed. Thank you for the new channel member, BGH, for becoming a member. BGH and Princessa, I believe the past week, our new channel members. Thank you guys for the support. Shout out to all the channel members. You guys are awesome. Thank you for supporting the vision and the channel. And also thank you to all those that are watching on the restream. Make sure you guys share, because sharing is caring. And once again, Freestyle Finesse Friday. You guys have a great day. Adios, au revoir, and see you later.